He's not reporting the news on CNN anymore, but he's still got some newsworthy comments that will surprise you. Chris Cuomo's response to his firing was nearly a bigger story than breaking journalistic integrity. CNN's focus is on politics, not scandals, which is why the network decided to fire longtime anchor Chris Cuomo. Chris became the center of attention on CNN due to his involvement in the case of his brother, Andrew Cuomo. In 2021, the former governor of New York resigned due to accusations of sexually harassing multiple women, and his brother Chris Cuomo came to Andrew Cuomo's defense to a greater extent than he disclosed to CNN. According to NPR, in late November 2021, documents were released showing that Chris had actively defended his brother and even helped with strategizing for Andrew. After the shocking documents were released, Cuomo was suspended from CNN indefinitely. The statement from the network said, "When Chris admitted to us that he had offered advice to his brother's staff, he broke our rules, and we acknowledge that publicly. However, these documents point to a greater level of involvement in his brother's efforts than we previously knew." It didn't take long for the network to evaluate his position with CNN, and just a couple of days after the suspension, CNN decided to fire Cuomo. Following his departure, Chris spoke publicly about the incident. Chris said on his radio show,
"I know they have a process that they think is important. I respect that process. So I'm not going to talk about this anymore."
The statement made it seem like the journalist was feeling pretty calm about the decision, but it seems like a lot more was happening behind the scenes. He revealed on the Open Book with Anthony Scaramucci podcast,
"I have learned to accept it. I had to accept because I was going to kill everybody, including myself. Things can consume you. Italians are so passionate."
The journalist then shared that he has made a lot of mistakes and knew that he had to work on himself in therapy to move past them. Cuomo said, "There is damage that is relatable. There is damage that is unrelatable to people that I have to deal with, that I am working on." Cuomo landed a job with NewsNation after he departed from CNN. However, NewsNation is not as popular amongst the masses as CNN. Cuomo revealed that he was somewhat embarrassed by his NewsNation viewership, which is slightly over 60,000. His viewers are a fraction of those who watched him on CNN, which got over 1 million people watching a night. Cuomo said, "It's hard to keep perspective on that because it's kind of embarrassing. I will never be #1 again." Although the journalist may sometimes reflect on the past, he said he's doing his best to move forward with his life and his new career. Chris Cuomo also hinted at how a CNN firing affected him on the January 16th episode of the No BS NewsHour podcast.
"I am emotionally and psychologically beat up and changed by what I went through."
He went on to say how the media, as well as not knowing that the firing was happening, has affected his personal life. He also added that the way he reports the news isn't necessarily different, but that, "I'm coming from a place where I am so hunted." While Cuomo was at CNN, his show was reportedly the most watched show on the network, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. So when the news reporter started working at the fairly new news station, his viewership dropped drastically. And although Cuomo is determined to make the news organization more popular in time, he's still got a chip on his shoulder when it comes to his former news network. In March 2022, Deadline reported that the news anchor was asking CNN to pay him more than $125 million, as he believed the firing damaged his reputation and hindered his ability to work with other news organizations. His law firm said in a statement, "As a result of Turner's indefensible choice to unceremoniously fire him, Cuomo has been damaged in countless ways. Cuomo has had his journalistic integrity unjustifiably smeared." If you or anyone you know is having suicidal thoughts, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline by dialing 988 or by calling 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255.